Newly released surveillance video shows the moments before University of Pittsburgh student Sudiksha Konanki went missing while on vacation in the Dominican Republic. Meanwhile, authorities in Virginia have also confirmed 24-year-old Joshua Stephen Ribe, who was a guest staying at the same resort as her, as a person of interest. Body language expert Susan Constantine joins me now to break down this newly released footage. Susan, good morning to you. I mean, it's so sad to see that video of her with her friends seemingly having fun, knowing that she's going to go missing. So obviously this video is a little hard to see. It's not the clearest video, but is there anything in it that stands out to you?
Well, first of all, there's a little bit longer video, so I would like to talk about it in the whole capacity. And, you know, obviously they've been drinking. You can see that she's somewhat intoxicated. In some of the photos, she was kind of weaving around. The thing is, what jumped out at me was the fact that he had his left arm underneath her armpit. And it was like close to her private area, right? Her breast. So to me, that appeared like as if he was almost groping her. So that's something that's a little bit concerning to me. I understand he's a much taller guy. They've been drinking a lot. You know, their motor movements are probably not as fluid as they normally would be. But I found that to be a little bit odd. She looks like she's having a great time. I mean, they look like just a bunch of couples going out and kids going out just having fun and drinking and partying. But unfortunately, we know that sometimes that can lead to some very, very dangerous activity.
Yeah, and yesterday the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office named 24-year-old Joshua Ribe as a person of interest, not a suspect, just a person of interest in her disappearance. And they released a statement saying Mr. Ribe is a person of interest and has been for several days. This is still a missing persons case, not a criminal case, but Sheriff Chapman wants to make sure the investigation is comprehensive and includes all possible assets and techniques. We are working closely with the FBI and all of this, and they are working with the Dominican National Police. So there are images, Susan, that you have viewed of this 24-year-old Joshua Ribe speaking to law enforcement on the beach. What do you think of those images?
The images that I saw, I mean, you know, when you're talking about body language, that's only one piece of it. We're missing his facial expressions up close. We're missing his voice inflection and his tonality and the words he's actually speaking. So all we're looking at is body language, right? He's in a submissive kind of his body language where his hands are down, he's not resisting anything the police officers are asking him. He is compliant. However, the fact that he has kind of collapsed his body language shows that he may be feeling a bit threatened, and that would be considered normal under that circumstance. There's also another photo where he's walking, and when he's walking away from the beach, he's got one hand that's placed inside of his pocket. That was concerning to me. That's not a normal stride, a gait, a walk that somebody would have, especially just walking down a corridor. You know, their hands are going to swing from one side to the other. So what is he concealing in his pockets?
Yeah, and the bottom line is that we just don't know what happened here. They're young. They're on vacation, on spring break. I mean, these two people, the missing girl and Joshua, could have been drinking, gone to the beach. He really could have just fallen asleep on the beach and not know anything. And the Loudoun County Sheriff's Office addressed the theory that she drowned, saying, "We have heard this and have no evidence presented at this time." So final thoughts to you. What do you think happened here?
I think I'm really fearful that we're looking at another Jorn van der Sloot case with missing woman, Natalie Holloway. It's the same scenario. It's just a repeat of the same thing. And you got to be wondering, why would two people go out into shark-infested waters late at night? I mean, it just doesn't even make logical sense. So, of course, he falls asleep. All of that is suspect behavior, and that's the reason why he's a person of interest. And until they can rule that out, he will remain there until they have some answers.
Yeah, it is just so sad, and we're praying for her and her family. Is obviously beside themselves in the Dominican Republic, looking for any answers. Susan, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it very much.